All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Gankutsuou, the Count of Monte Cristo, episode 2. Albert is in space room.
And he's being robbed.
He's being robbed.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is probably like one of the kind of more classic setups from the book where, you know, we kind of have an idea of how this is going to go.
Probably.
But there's some definite changes they can get into here, depending on how much time we want to have Albert spend with the thieves in general.
That is very true. Yeah.
But also, this can be a cool way to bring up the idea of him being held ransom so that we can meet the families and, you know, those that...
who would care about the ransom. Yes.
Right. But, you know, those that were responsible for... the whole Dante's situation.
Yes.
But this anime is really, really gorgeous and stuff. So
yep. Gorgeous,
get some
artistic
really cool art.
Yep.
And I would love to see also like where this story starts to diverge at all from the source material a little bit on the plot side of things.
Right. Not just the setting.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Anything you wanna?
Nope. Just I'd love to see more from the Count because you know he's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's the main character in a lot of ways. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Here we go.
Wait. I recognize the voice of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
退屈してらっしゃるの？
いや、素敵なパーティーですね。
お友達は？
今頃ナンパでもして。ガンガン振られまくってますよ。
夜一人で出歩くなど自殺行為だ。
そんな大げさな。
笑い事じゃないわ。ルイージ・バン。
Luigi Vampa!
Okay, there we go.
私は宴の終わりが大嫌い。お客が一人去り二人去り、こんな時間が特に。あなたは私を一人にしないでくださる。
Oh my.
連れて行きな。
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah.
ひどいよ。今日は僕のお誕生日だよ。
すまないフランツ。行かなきゃならないんだ。
お父様は大切な用事でお出かけなのよ。もういいよ。もう帰ってくるな。
And he never came back.
これを。
フランツ・デピネー殿。貴殿のご友人アルベール・ド・モルセール子爵の身柄を
Damn.
このルイージ・バンパが申し受けた。至急5000万デュカート、使いの者にお渡しくだされたし。
金さえ用立ててもらえりゃ傷一つつけずに送り返して差し上げやす。
死に損ないめ。それがお前らの流儀か。
Damn.
大至急、パリの銀行から金を引き出したいんだが。
Wow.
すみません。ただいま太陽風の影響で。
Cool.
Lovely.
Wow. Un sandwich.
アルベールと出会ったのは父の葬儀の席だった。
Oh.
Yeah.
泣くなよ。
Yeah.
泣いてないよ。
Let's play.
僕が遊んでやるからさ。
Yeah.
うるさいな。あっち行け。おい。
それ以来、アルベールと僕はずっと一緒にいる。
夜明けまでに用意できなきゃお友達の人生はそこでおしまいです。ふざけやがって。急ぐこってすな。貴様。
Remember, if he doesn't return. Oh.
Okay.
デピネ男爵様がお見えです。
Deputy.
こんな時間にお邪魔して申し訳ありません。
何しやんで。
5000万デュカ
Oh, I love the presence that he has.
何したまえ
Whoa! Oh!
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, I love this.
コロセウムへ
Wow, reaching out to grasp the world, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
あなた方は古くからのご友人なのですか？
ええ、子供の頃からの親友です。
幼馴染ですか？
誰が本命なんだ？言えよ。なあ、ヒントでいいからさ。お前にはわからないさ。
やれ。
That was
覚悟
cool.
はいいかい？
あれさ、俺にやらしてくれ。
どんな声で泣くのかね。
おい。お頭にお客人だ。
テレさんやめて。まだ殺しちゃダメだよ。だって金取れないし、それにまだ少し早いよ。どきな。お頭に恥かかせる機会？
俺なら大丈夫。さ。
Well, there's that backbone.
Yeah, yeah. Also, it's probably just, you know, he's the gentleman who just...
And why is that?
あたしらの仲間にでもなるかい？
Oh. Oh, that'd be a fun turn.
印をあげようね。
Oh, damn.
ルナにその名も高いルイージ・バンパ殿に会いに来た。
貴様は
我が名はガンクツ
ガンクツオ。
オ。あなた方闇の世界に生きる者にはこの名の方が通りがよく。金は用意し
I
た。
love it. The first of his names, you know.
Right.
残念ながらタイムアウトだ。お褒めに預かり。光栄だな。
Does nothing. No blood. Yeah.
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 お前にこの私は殺せぬ。
本物なのか。
私は漢剣ではない。私の友人を返してもらえれば。
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
なんとなく
Charming and
あなた
Yes.
が来てくださるような気がしていました。
礼ならデピネー男爵におっしゃるべきでしょう。大層お心を痛めておいででしたから。
おい、君大丈夫か？
名前まだ聞いてなかったね。
僕はアルベール。アルベールド・モルセール。
私ペッパ。
hey.
Aw.
自分もこのまま盗賊に身を投じようかななんて思ったりしたんですが。
Just to survive.
よか
Yeah.
ったな、アルベール。遅いぜ、フランツ。こっちは危うく殺されるところだったんだ。
Baka.
なんだよ。
どうかお気になさらず。私にとっても良い気晴らしになりました。私はいずれパリに移り住みたいと思っております。
素晴らしい。
しかし田舎貴族の私にはパリに捨てなどありま
Right.
せん。
Right. Natural.
では今日の思い出を大切にする意味を込めて3ヶ月後の今日5月の
I will have plenty of time
22
to
日にお
prepare.
伺いしましょう。
Yeah.
一体どこでそれを？
拾ったんです。オペラ座で。
そうでしたか。お恥ずかしいことですが 探しておりました。
Ah, yes, I had no idea where it
何
was.
かのご縁。どうかそのままお納めください。
Because
ありがとうござ
what
い
I
ます
what I love about this is
大切にします。
you can see his manipulations
終わっ
working,
てしまいましたが
but you can also see the areas where Albert is going to
我々は
be
予定を
forced
繰
to
り上げ
grow
て
up, you know,
夕方のシャトル
because
で
he's the
パ
young
リへ帰
innocent
りま
naive
す
boy.
おいおい待てよ
You almost
懲
died,
りない
dude.
やつだななんだよそれって 何言って
Peppo, you know, and I, we're
Yeah.
gonna, you know,
何かお約束で
a
も。
rendezvous.
しかし
Spen's like, it's not love. You just had a terrifying near-death experience, and she was nearby.
約束なのか
Right.
男
Oh,
There we go.
yes, good,
Hey.
good.
だけ
I was wondering if they were going to keep that from the book.
いつも俺を見下して腹の中で笑ってるんだ
Oh,
お前のしでかすことをいちいち笑ってたら身が持たん
Buster gun.
はいお前はありがとうおかげで助かった
No, yeah, I was wondering about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay, okay.
裏切りの果実は摘み取られなければならない。
Oh, those eyes. Now it's all dead and gray.
Right. Luna. Oh god, in the skull?
That's really cool, yeah.
Dark side of the moon, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Rescued Albert from
Yep.
the bandits of
Luigi
Luna
Vampa.
Rome. Yes, Luigi Vampa. That was
Yes.
a cool kind of reminder of just like, yes, Luigi Vampa, the
Right, even,
bandit.
even though the setting and the flair for everything is going to be different,
Yeah.
you know, it's still drawn from the source material. So
Yeah,
Luigi
exactly.
Vampa, Peppo, you know, all that stuff.
I could have sworn there was a part in the book where they get all like super high together and have like
There might have
like
been.
a really like fun
I
time.
can't
and-
remember.
And they're just like, hey, yeah, why not? And they do keep him pretty much tied up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember that being a part that I always found to be like, oh, this is kind of fascinating the way it was written and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yeah.
what the thing that I'm curious about was. Now, I'm probably just not remembering it from the first
Yeah.
episode, but the importance of the lady that Franz was talking to.
So she is, I believe, someone that's
She was like some higher up, you know,
yeah.
aristocrat type person.
right. She's not someone that I believe we know. Like
Right.
in terms
If anything,
of book knowledge.
if anything,
and
it
stuff.
might have just been sort of the extra bit of highlighting of, oh wait, he actually like turned her down, and it's like, well, yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing here with Albert and Franz being more tied together as friends, potentially more than I remember from the books and stuff, because there's a possibility that at that moment where this, you know, little crybaby boy comes in and throws a rock at you when you're mourning the death of your parents,
Right.
you're just like, well, what the hell? And then, you know, he's like, well, let's just play. And you're like, no, screw you. And then, crying, you're like, oh, wait.
Oh, I heard this kid. Okay.
I heard, yeah.
Right. It's that someone else's pain that brings you out of the perspective that of where you're just focused on yourself, and you know, and then suddenly your problems feel a bit easier to deal with.
Yeah, but Albert is basically the boy who's going around, doesn't really know what he's doing in life, and has people around him that very much care about him for different reasons.
Yep.
And yet he's kind of oblivious to a lot of
Right,
that.
and that's why he's kind of the perfect sort of lamb to slaughter, if
Yes,
you will,
exactly.
for the Count. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, oh my God,
He is.
the levels of... I don't even remember how much... Because I don't want to just... For those of you that have no knowledge of, you know, Count of Monte Cristo stuff and everything, I don't want to spoil, like, a whole bunch of future stuff.
Right.
But in the immediate sense, if I remember, like, there's, like he set up the bandits.
Yep.
He set up, like, the whole thing there.
Which makes a lot of sense
He set up
because-
the guy who was at the execution thing to be the one that
exactly,
comes
'cause-
in and gives him the message,
Right,
so that
'cause-
he would take it seriously.
Because I can't remember if the execution thing is from the books or not.
I don't remember either.
But the idea that it in this show, right?
Yeah.
That was probably something that was staged, right? Where it didn't really matter what they chose and things like that.
Right.
And that's just the nice bit of extra poetry, right?
Yep.
And then of course, he uses that guy to
This is all a grand seduction to get him into a situation where he will be close to his enemies.
And in fact,
it's brilliant.
And in fact, the lady, theoretically, that could have thrown the whole plan out of whack.
Might have, yeah.
Because all of a sudden, then, oh no,
he doesn't get it.
He doesn't get the message or anything like that. He doesn't go to the Count for help, and then even if you orchestrated the bandits to do something like this, they
don't know who you are.
They don't know who you are,
Nope.
right? Exactly. So when he comes in, Luigi's like, well, all right, I'm gonna chuck a knife at you, right?
Right.
Shit, that didn't work.
Okay, if this is the primary way that things are just going to be different, is that we're in a different setting. So there you go,
sci-fi and all that, yeah.
But he's a vampire.
He's a straight up vampire. I love it.
Love it.
Like we talked about the thematic implications of that first reaction, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that with the whole bloodless knife and all that stuff, it's and on top of the fangs and the glowing stuff on the forehead and everything, and the pointy ears, and doesn't sleep, doesn't eat,
pale cold.
Like he's a vampire.
He's a
right?
vampire, yeah.
And I love it. I love it. Like that's great. I am very curious to see how that changes things with regards to how the story progresses, because that's a
it should change quite a bit, but not a tremendous amount, because what I think you could primarily do is you make the story then about how he needs to lure others into the darkness with him.
Sure.
And him being the character who has the capacity to do that, it's how much does he slip up because he needs to get that feedback regarding the game that he's playing.
Sure.
Like, he's very much the antagonist that is in plain sight.
Right. Like,
and for us, who could be just, we have no knowledge of the story and the source material and everything like that, it's not very, it's not very subtle. It's just the question of how deep does this go?
Right.
And that's the really exciting bit there.
In the original material, there was the whole notion that
don't spoil too far.
Well, no. But just as a parallel for how the vampire thing might fit into this is that because the Count came originally from nothing, he didn't want people to look into his past or know anything about him,
right?
Because he had to have it was one part of that mysterious allure and charisma, but also I'm not actually a count. I'm just stupid wealthy, and because I found a treasure, and now I made myself a count. I'm putting on this wonderful show, right?
Yeah.
Switch treasure for being a vampire, and there you go. There's that secret that you don't want people to find out about.
Yeah, he still could be super rich because he found treasure.
Totally.
Though.
Yeah.
And in some ways, I think that's definitely going to be the case.
Yeah. Why not?
Because the ED has multiple kind of points in it where it shows planets upon planets upon planets being zoomed past. So the prison that he was probably sent to was some far off
asteroid or something
like that.
Or on Pluto or
whatever.
And the whole idea of Gankutsuou, the Lord of the Cave or whatever it was, one, cave, bats, vampires, cool.
Sure.
But the treasure was originally found in a cave. Mm-hmm. So, that's also a nice little thing there. But
yeah, I would love to have, as they've shown they're willing to do right now, actual backstory. By starting with Franz, you basically see the emotional connection that he has to Albert. And this is one that I feel like is kind of sad because if you know certain things about the way the story is going, it's just it is kind of depressing. But
this story is not one with a happy ending.
Well,
I don't think. I didn't actually see the ending, but
no, it's complicated.
Right.
It's complicated. Exactly.
Yeah.
But Franz having someone that he likes and he can't tell Albert because Albert wouldn't understand. And then he's chasing after Albert. He's panicking here. He slaps Albert. And he's like, well, what was that for? And it's kind of that thing of where Albert is at that young age where he's like, his life moves at 5 seconds.
Right.
He forgets everything that happened 5 seconds before that.
He almost died as a result of this one girl, well, he doesn't realize she's a boy, but
actually
this
a boy, yeah,
right,
yeah.
but this person that basically he fell for, right, and then all of a sudden they throw him to the thieves, right, that they're a part of, and he almost dies. The very next night, he's like, no, we don't need to leave. I have a date with her, like, and it's like, yes, she did pull through for you, or he did pull through for you, right, in that whole situation you were in, but methinks you aren't paying enough attention to your own self-preservation,
Yeah,
like
you're pretty, my boy, but you're pretty dumb up here.
Right,
sometimes.
pretty and pretty dumb,
pretty dumb, and yet you can tell that Albert is the one here who's basically going to get maybe even left
He's already
behind
caught
again.
in the web. Oh,
yeah, because as the Count weaves his web, like you're saying, around Albert, Franz will find it to get harder and harder to reconnect back with him.
Right. Franz originally tried to go to the lady for money before he went to the Count.
Right.
Right, because he can
smell
the
predator.
hunting, the predator off of the Count, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, but then eventually he has to because, well,
He has no other choice.
no other choice. Albert's going to die if he doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But
I gotta say, the fact that the Count showed up, but with the two guys as well,
oh yeah,
that was a cool, like,
that was
kind of
awesome
twist to it, where it's I don't need to go there myself and do anything. I have two, like, hired, muscle.
I have money.
Yeah.
Like,
make this whole thing happen. And then the carriage that showed up.
Oh yeah,
with
like
the 3D and the horses.
the horses that had like
mechanized armor.
Yeah, that was so cool. That was so cool.
The heck?
And then, what was the other thing? I can't remember. But
well, he has the purple glyph on his forehead
Right.
that was charming or influencing Luigi
intimidating,
Vampa
right? Just
in some way. Now, Luigi Vampa didn't die on screen.
that's true. But I get the feeling it might have been something where the Count just fed on him.
Maybe.
So,
But throughout a thing there's a possibility, because I really only remember like 25% of the book and stuff.
right.
There's a possibility.
Still,
This is
wow,
something
it's a
that the
big
Count.
ass
This is
book.
something the Count does. He recruits people.
That's true.
And he's very good at it. And
He
I mean,
is persuasive.
He doesn't need to throw money around all the time.
No.
Like
'Cause-
that's the thing that
Yeah.
was always a thing about him in the books, was that he was so terrifying at points that you would basically not see him use his basically hard right hand, executive power of basically like, you will move or I will break you, but the soft power where
Right.
he seduces them
Yeah.
into
the idea
his
that
schemes and
while
stuff.
he was stupid wealthy, there were like the book specifically would mention like there were other people that were as wealthy or a little bit wealthier than him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that there was something different about him, and the implication is that something when he was in prison and when he finally found freedom and all of that and stuff, it gave him this whole new zest for life and maybe also the sweetness of revenge, and the fact that he is on the hunt.
And what we might be going for here is a little bit more of a darker twist on things, that he became a vampire at that point. Maybe then that's how he got out, and that's how.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Like
he started like things there. So
right, it doesn't have to be a tunnel that you dug for, long ass time. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But okay. We have ourselves headed towards Paris, and with this being kind of the big plot hook that the story kind of needs to have happen rather early.
Right, set the stage for the main story, kind of.
Well, right. So the main bit of intrigue should center around the idea that there's a whole upper class Parisian aristocratic society, and the Count needs to be segued into that.
Right. This is kind of the prologue.
Right. This is all the prologue. So this is where things are going to get complicated because the Count is not flawless.
Right.
He gets emotional and he will get excited when he's near certain people.
Other people can sniff maybe I shouldn't be near this guy. You know? Yeah.
Right.
Like
or
that,
maybe
that's
I need to attach myself entirely to this guy because he's
right.
going to go places.
Right. But they are putting that tone forward, and that even Franz was able to tell, and granted, Franz is very concerned about Albert's safety and well-being and all that stuff. So
and
naturally,
the seduction was pointed directly at Albert.
Right. So it'd be fairly easy to see that from the outside, and also there's a line that really stood out to me of when he gave him the watch, the pocket watch or whatever. Right. He's like, this is a trinket and all that stuff.
All right.
To freeze this moment in time. Right.
Yeah.
It was very poetic. Just between the two of us.
Right.
Franz is literally right there. He has this memory too. But it's like,
you don't exist in my book, man.
Right. And whether that's because I do not see you or you won't exist soon.
Right. You are such a blip on the ledger of my existence.
That and Albert has no clue.
No clue.
No clue.
No clue at all.
Yeah.
Now, I really would like the story to be about him coming to the realization of what's going on, but that's going to take a long time.
Yes, which makes sense. This is what, a 2-cour show?
He's a young boy. Yeah. Well, yeah, 2-cour show. But also, he's a young boy. He already is shown to have his main weakness be his lack of ability to read between the lines with things with his closest friend here.
Sure, that too. And then also I almost died as a result of this person. I'm going to go meet him tomorrow. No, we don't need to leave. It's fine. Like...
His wisdom score is really low.
Exactly. Low. That makes for a very entertaining main character because they get into a lot of conflicts, but...
Right. But also means we're probably going to be yelling at him like half the time in the story as well.
Yep.
So, okay, let's go to Paris. Let's meet everyone. We got to have the Count looking at the picture, which I believe to be Morcerf, Albert's father, because we saw Albert with a man in the flashback to D'Epinay's family's funeral there. And he was single at the time, it looked like.
And then there's the
Wait, actually, no, that's actually a good point.
No, I think it might have been someone different than Morcerf.
No, it definitely was him. But the weird part is that...
Because the picture, I got the impression that it was Mercedes in the like the wedding picture or whatever.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Because it was very much focused on her.
So there's
that's Franz's mother.
Oh right. He hasn't lost his mother, right? Yeah.
Right.
But then
mother's still alive
here.
Oh no, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, that'd be Morcerf.
Oh no. So this is her here then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. For some reason, I think the color of the hair made me think that she was just a random person. But no, that's definitely then her in the image at the end here. So
which would make sense because one of the things that was talked about a lot, specifically about Edmond and Mercedes in the books, was that their hair was like black as night. Ebon locks of, glorious, beautiful raven hair and all that stuff.
All right, so let's get... Oh, okay, so yeah, it does...
Yeah, so I think that could be them just a long time ago.
Yeah, it just, for some reason, his hair now looks black and hers looks brown.
Yeah, it looks like a dark brown. But that might be the texture or whatever of the picture.
Right. That's very possible.
And I mean, as much as this show changes things from the books,
who cares about the hair color?
Who cares about the hair color? Oh no, her hair's dark brown, not black as night. Black as midnight. Oh no, right?
But yeah.
One of the other things I am curious about, because you mentioned the whole idea of if the vampire thing was how he might have gotten out of the prison,
right?
As like a theory thing. That makes me very curious then what the relationship would be if they even have this character still exist, because they might not go into that backstory in depth and whatnot.
Sure.
But the priest.
Well, yeah. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, I know.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No. But I just want to say this for the sake of saying it.
Yeah.
If the Count is a vampire and becomes a vampire in the prison, and the person who in the books, is the common character, was a priest character that still had, like.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I'm curious if they do anything with that.
That'll be interesting. To bring up the vampire thing, though, there's going to be some interesting stuff regarding maybe some limitations of what makes it awkward to be a vampire, other than the sunlight thing, which is more or less that's its own thing.
Yeah, he dresses in enough draping cloaks, that should be fine.
Permission to enter households. Mirrors as well.
Sure.
So
yeah, like who knows how many things in the vampire lore they're going to bring out. Yeah,
exactly. So, y'all, here we go. Albert, you're bringing the devil back to your house, and he is hungry.
Boy. Oh boy,
he is voracious.
Yep.
So this is gonna be good, and I can't wait to meet a litany of side characters that are going to be weighed, measured,
flies in the web
in the wake of the Count. So. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.